Hello everyone, and welcome to RadioCSIRT English Edition, your daily appointment with cybersecurity news. I'm Marc-Frédéric Gomez, your French cybersecurity voice for today's threat landscape. It's Saturday, November 29th, 2025. You're listening to episode 34, live from Paris, from France. Coming up in this episode, Tomiris pivots to polyglot implants that tunnel stealthy C2 traffic directly through legitimate Discord and Telegram APIs. The Python ecosystem faces a critical domain takeover risk where legacy bootstrap scripts could trigger immediate RCE. The CISA agency confirms active exploitation of an open PLC vulnerability, signaling a renewed focused threat on OT environments. Vulnerability management shifts to CVSS v4.0, forcing a move from theoretical severity to risk scoring based on real-world threat intelligence. Kaspersky reports a significant tactical shift in the Tomiris APT group, now aggressively targeting diplomatic and government infrastructure across Russia and Central Asia. The attack vector remains spear phishing with password-protected archives, but the payload delivery has evolved. Tomiris is now deploying polyglot implants written in a variety of languages including C/C++, Rust, Go, and Python. These initial stages are designed solely for reconnaissance and establishing persistence, typically utilizing the HKCU /software, /Microsoft /Windows, /current version, /run registry keys to survive reboots. The most critical aspect for associate analysts is the command and control architecture. Tomiris has moved away from custom infrastructure, opting instead to tunnel traffic through legitimate public services like Telegram and Discord. The implants exfiltrate system reconnaissance data, host names, architecture details, and file lists via encrypted Discord webhooks. This blends malicious C2 traffic with legitimate network noise, bypassing standard firewall heuristics. Once the channel is secured, the attackers pivot to deploying open-source post-exploitation frameworks, specifically Havoc and Adaptix C2. These modular tools are dropped using native binaries like bitsadmin and certutil. Defense teams must proactively hunt for outbound traffic to unknown Discord webhooks and monitor for suspicious binaries dropping into $public/libraries or $public/pictures directories. A severe dormant risk has been identified within the Python software supply chain involving legacy initialization scripts. Reversing Labs found a domain takeover vulnerability in bootstrap.py, a script associated with the zc.build-out-automation tool. This script is embedded in widely used packages such as Tornado, slapos.core, and pipiserver. The code is hard-coded to fetch dependencies from pythondistribute.org, a domain that is currently up for sale. If an adversary acquires this domain, they can serve a malicious payload that will be automatically executed with the privileges of the developer or build server running the script, leading to immediate remote code execution, RCE. Although the script is written in Python 2, its presence represents a massive attack surface in legacy environments or via social engineering. Compounding the supply chain threat, a separate active attack was confirmed on PyPI. The package Spellcheckers, downloaded nearly 1,000 times, masqueraded as an AI vision tool, but actually contained a remote access Trojan rat. Upon installation, the package connects to an external command server to download a second stage payload, executing it via Python's exec function for full remote control. DevSecOps teams must audit codebases to remove bootstrap.py files referencing expired domains and blacklist DNS resolution for pythondistribute.org. CISA agency has updated its known exploited vulnerabilities KEV catalog with CVE 2021-26-829, affecting OpenPLC SCADA BR. This is a cross-site scripting XSS vulnerability located in the web-based management interface of this widely deployed SCADA system. While XSS is often treated as a medium severity issue in standard IT web applications, in an operational technology OT context, it is critical. This flaw allows an attacker to hijack the session of an authenticated administrator currently managing industrial processes. Successful exploitation goes beyond simple credential theft. It grants the attacker the ability to manipulate programmable logic controllers, PLCs, alter safety thresholds, or inject arbitrary commands into physical equipment. The fact that CISA is adding this 2021 CVE now indicates confirmed active exploitation in the wild by threat actors targeting industrial networks. In accordance with Binding Operational Directive 22-01, federal agencies and critical infrastructure operators must prioritize this patch. Mitigation requires isolating OpenPLC interfaces from the public internet, applying the vendor fix immediately, and forcing a session reset for all active users to sever potential persistence. The common vulnerability. Scoring system is transitioning to version 4.0 to address long-standing limitations in version 3.1, particularly regarding OT context and severity inflation. The most significant architectural change is the explicit introduction of a threat metric group. Unlike previous versions where scores were largely static, CVSS v4.0 mandates that organizations adjust the final score based on real-time threat intelligence. A theoretically critical vulnerability, 9.8, may be downgraded if there is no evidence of exploitability, while a medium vulnerability being actively exploited in the wild will see its priority escalated. Technically, the attack complexity, AC metric, has been split to introduce attack requirements, AT. This granular distinction separates the complexity of the exploit code itself from the environmental prerequisites outside the attacker's control, such as race conditions or specific network topologies. Furthermore, the confusing scope metric has been retired, replaced by distinct impact scores for the vulnerable system and the subsequent system, providing clarity on lateral movement risks. For CISOs, adopting CVSS v4.0 is not just a calculation update. It represents a strategic shift towards risk-based vulnerability management driven by actual threat data rather than theoretical severity. And that's the end of this Saturday episode. I hope it provided clear and useful information. And if you are a new listener, feel free to subscribe to the podcast. We are available on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, YouTube channel, Deezer, and Spotify. You can share your feedback by email at RadioCSIRT@gmail.com. All open source intelligence sources used for this episode are available on RadioCSIRT.com, as well as in the episode description. See you tomorrow for a new episode. Until then, don't think, just patch. Bye.